Long time no see, but I'm here today with both of your Game 7 previews for Portland, Denver, Toronto, Philadelphia, and I'm going to get to them in just a moment. Guys, you know I've been in this industry for 25 plus years. One of the things that annoys me, among many, as you know, in this business is that I found that so many handicappers have two agendas. Some want to make money for their customers, but unfortunately, the overwhelming majority want to make money for themselves. And it comes into play especially on days like today. So I can tell you, as a guy that runs this business, right, from a capitalistic standpoint, today, no ifs, ands, or buts. The two Game 7s, selling them will generate 20 times more income from a sales perspective than the biggest of best bets in baseball today. Okay? So, the overwhelming majority of handicappers will skip baseball, no matter what's going on the diamond today, and instead release a basketball play. I don't play by those rules. As you know, I'm a guy here at the site that if I have a play, you get that play. If I don't like a game, if I don't like a card, I take a pass. That's how my packages are structured. That's just the way I believe. Because when I win, you win. When I lose, you lose. When I don't like a card and I take a pass, I take a pass. And that's just the way it is. Because my winning is tied to your winning and vice versa. The losing goes hand in hand as well. I do not let the sport or the magnitude of the game dictate how I'm going to play. That's just ridiculous. To me, it's not about generating dollars on a daily basis. It's about making money for me and you over the long haul. So I get it. A lot of guys in this industry work on commission. A lot of guys live hand to mouth. So there is no way they're selling a play on the Phillies Royals today, for example, when instead they can generate 20 times more sales selling a play on the 76ers Raptors. I understand, and I realize why they do it. They prostitute themselves because they need to, because that's their only way they can make money. I think that's BS, because they're not putting you at the forefront. Their concern isn't you making you money. Their concern is making them money. I tell the guys here at the site, I don't care, because they're not getting paid that way. I don't care what sport you release a play in. Go for the win. Doesn't matter. Go for the win. I don't care if it's hockey, if it's basketball, if it's baseball. When the seasons are all overlapping in November and October, go for the win. Because the merry-go-round only goes around when you, the customer, the gambler, you win. But today, again, is a prime example. So to me, today, that's why I'm here on the video report, giving you out both Game 7 situations. Yeah, some guys will say, oh, that's suicidal. You're killing yourself. Not really. Listen, guys, I make more money in baseball than any other sport and always have. I was betting baseball before I even heard of this business. I was betting baseball in high school. I make more baseball than any other handicapper at this site and always have. I mean, baseball's easy. I've turned a profit 13 of the last 17 years in baseball. I made you a fortune last year in baseball. Last year in baseball started a run over the past 9 months. It has made you more money than any other handicapper here at the site. Friday night, 15-dime run line winner on the Red Sox. Yesterday, raised the bar 20-dime winner on the Red Sox again. Today, raised the bar 20-dime best bet. It's an underdog play in baseball, because that is the best bet on the board, not either one of these NBA games. So again, you always have to be so careful. Which agenda is a handicapper you're dealing with concerned about? His or yours? Whose welfare is he most concerned about? His or yours? That's what you always have to be worried about, that fine line. And it's something I think a lot of you guys out there watching this video report, you often don't even consider that when you fall victim to the sales techniques that guys out there are manipulating you with. So the next time you hear that Oh, those guys with those New York accents telling you that they've got the lock of all locks, the biggest plays of their life, with that, bet your children's eyes on, and all that other BS. Yeah, just ask yourself, who do they care about? Them making money or you making money as they reach deeply into your pocket to squeeze every little last nickel out of your wallet? Yeah, I'm telling you, I know exactly what they're after. Okay, let's talk about these two games too, and I'll talk about our game sevens, and I'll talk about them in reverse chronological order. Toronto, Philadelphia. I'm outside of the Philadelphia area. Do you think I like the Raptors in this game? Yeah. Have I been on in any of this series? I mean, this series has just been so damn difficult. Let's talk about game sevens. Listen, NBA home teams are 105-28 all time in game 7 situations. We're talking about straight up 105-28. 6 have gone into overtime, 1 in double overtime. We had 2 road teams win in game 7 last year. Golden State, game 7 against Houston. Can you say choke when you talk about the Rockets? Yes, you can. Cavaliers against Boston, game 7 last year. Of course, both of those games in the conference finals, Western and Eastern, respectively. We had a game 7 winner this year already with Denver, failing to cover, although they had that monstrous double-digit lead, 17 points up against San Antonio a couple weeks ago, but then only winning, I think, by a 4-point margin, failing to cover. Since 1984, the average home court advantage in Game 7 comes out right around 6 points. And how ironic is that? Because you've got Denver laying 5.5, you've got Toronto laying 6.5. So, in this Philadelphia-Toronto series, you tell me, which team is showing up for Philadelphia? Damned if I know. I mean, in game number 6, I was totally convinced the Sixers were going down. And then they showed up. Ben Simmons, a guy whose jump shot is every bit as good as mine, which tells you how bad he is, jump shot. He decided to push the pace, something he should have been doing every game of the damn series. When he pushes the pace, when the Philadelphia 76ers run the floor, they accelerate the tempo, the Raptors are left on their heels, backpedaling and absolutely defenseless, because that's when the 76ers play their best ball. Joel Embiid didn't play huge minutes in game number 6, was not that productive offensively as Marc Gasol continued to befuddle him. But when he was on the floor, the 76ers were plus 40 in game number 6. Jimmy Butler has been a man among boys this entire series. Tobias Harris has been just lost, missing in action offensively throughout in this series for Philadelphia. I expect Brett Brown, the Philadelphia coach, to go to a strict 7-man rotation. When Embiid takes a seat on the bench here today, I think he'll go small and put Mike Scott at center, which he's done numerous times since Scott was acquired from the Clippers. I think that Embiid, having the extra day of rest, because remember, they last played Thursday. I think that's huge, not playing Friday, Sunday, playing Thursday, Sunday. I think you can see him going 35 minutes today. Is he going to have that monster Game 3 performance that he did, the only good game he had in the series? No. Do I think anybody's going to be able to stop Leonard for the Raptors? No. Do I think the Raptors, a team that was 6th in the league in three-point shooting at 36.6%, that has just been absolutely unable to hit here from the perimeter, only hitting at about 31% from three-point land, is suddenly going to be able to hit from the perimeter now in Game 7? No. Do I think the Raptors bench is able to suddenly going to be productive here in this Game 7? No. Do I think Danny Green is going to stop playing matador defense because Jimmy Butler continues to blow by him at every opportunity? Yes. I don't think Green is going to be able to stop him. I look at this 6.5-point margin. The last time the 76ers won a game number 7 was May of 1982 when they won Game 7 at Boston. I remember the game well. I was in college. Thanks to that victory, the 76ers came home and they played the championship series against the LA Lakers. And because of that, I got my first job covering the 76ers as a reporter for the championship series. Got to go in game number 1 of the NBA Finals. First three guys I got to interview, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Pat Riley, it was nirvana because I never thought the Sixers would be able to win that May 24th game, 1982, at Boston Garden. That's the only time in team history they won a Game 7 on the road. Do I think they can win today? No. Do I think they can cover? Yeah. I'll take the 6.5 points plus Philadelphia. The other game, Denver at home. Okay, Denver lost game number 2 at home, but this is still the winningest team in the NBA regular season on the home floor. This is a team that showed its mettle against San Antonio, winning game number 7. Yes, they failed to cover when the Spurs had that late fourth quarter rally, but they had that game in hand throughout against a Spurs team that gave them hell throughout that series. I think Portland had its best shot to win the series when Game 4 was there. After that dramatic, epic 4 overtime win, they had the Nuggets on the rope, a tired team, and the Nuggets won game number 4. Okay, Nuggets lost game number 6. I get it. But that team showed you the intestinal fortitude they had by winning game number 4. You're telling me that this Denver team's going to fold up like a cheap suit and suddenly return home just because they lost game number 6 on the road when they're back home where they've dominated all season long and lose game number 7? I don't buy it. I don't care that this Portland team got through round number 1 against an Oklahoma City team that I wasn't impressed with all season long. I don't care that Damian Lillard has played so well. I don't care about any of that because I think Denver's front line, which has been so dominant in this series, will continue to be dominant here in game number 7. I think the Nuggets will come back and play just as well as they did in game number 5 tonight or today in game number 7. And I think the 5.5 point spread, they're going to get the job done. I know Rodney Hood has been a revelation here coming off the bench for Portland. I know that McCollum and Lillard has just been tremendous. But I think that when you look at what they've been getting, Denver, from the frontline production, how they've been dominant on the boards, I think the key in game number 6, the reason they lost is because in that particular game, Portland, and let me just get you the exact stat, Portland out-rebounded them 70-54. That's a statistical anomaly. That is not happening again because Denver has dominated or at least drawn even on the boards throughout this series. They are not getting out rebounded by 16 again. That's not happening. So, of the two games, I like Denver more. I do think Philadelphia will be able to stay within the numbers. As I said on the website, I have a 20-dime underdog play today in baseball. If I had to rate these games, Denver would be a 10-dime play. That would not be my agenda, though, making Denver the play that I'm going to sell because I think baseball is the better play here today on today's card, but I do like the Nuggets a lot. So that'll do it. I wish you well, guys, and hopefully, no promises, hopefully I'll be here on Monday.